All right, guys, welcome back to another riveting video here on Fix It with Zim. Got a project we gotta finish up here in my house. I recently just got done moving some rooms around. Let me flip this around and show you what we gotta do. All right, so walking in here, my former dining room is now a junk room. We gotta transform this back into a living space. So in here used to be a chandelier, and as you can see, right now we got nothing. This used to be the switch, obviously, and yeah, it's not gonna do anything right now because we have to put something back up in the place of that chandelier. So let me show you what I got, and we'll go from there. So this is what we got going on. Obviously the easiest thing to put back up in the place of that chandelier that used to be in that room, since we have a junction box right in the middle, is a ceiling fan. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've done a few videos in the past for Lumary. They reached out to me again, asked if I'd be interested in reviewing a product, and I accepted. They've been good to me. Full disclaimer, I get these products for free from them. And basically what I do on the back side is unbox it, open it up, show you everything, install it, give you my unbiased opinion. You can help me, obviously, by watching this video in its entirety. So more importantly, there's going to be a link down in the description for this where you can check it out and purchase it if you're interested. So with that being said, let's get to it. I'll show you a little bit more about this product. By the way, I hope you guys are fully enjoying my glasses that I'm wearing at the moment that are held together by electrical tape. So that's pretty indicative of how cheap I am and how I don't like to waste money on things. So again, another plug for Fix It with Zim. Support my channel so I can go out and buy a new pair. I want to just quickly show some of the features of this ceiling fan. All right, obviously the coolest part about it, I think, is the fact that you can control it from your phone and the fact that you can adjust the colors on the light. That's all pretty good stuff right there. You can see all those features it has right here on the side. Again, check the link down below. So obviously a 52-inch fan here. It's a pretty common size for these things. Coming around the other side, you can see there's a few color options. See if there's anything on the back here. And again, yeah, just going over the color options for the light fixture itself. So looks like a lot of nice features. I think that's enough for this part. Let's get inside, start prepping this thing and get it installed. All right, let me show you what comes in this box here. So obviously your motor assembly here with your wiring pigtail. You have your mount that gets attached to the junction box up on the ceiling. They give you two down rod options. This goes into here, and that's how the fan is supported from the junction box. I think in my case, I'm gonna go with the shorter one here. Got a box here that'll hide all the wiring when you're done. I'm assuming this probably goes on there as well, or that might go on the top there. We'll figure that out in a little bit. You have your blades for the fan, your lighting assembly that gets mounted on here at the end, a couple bags of hardware, your remote control. Looks like you got a lot of features and options with this. And this is the receiver for the remote. This will end up going, I think, in this box here during the install. So you get your wiring that comes in. That'll power this thing up, and then this harness here looks like it gets attached to the motor assembly over here. And obviously your directions, your instruction manual. Looks pretty straightforward. Typical parts that you'd see with a ceiling fan kit. Let's get in the other room and start getting this thing installed. All right, so as I pointed out previously, my existing installation here was a chandelier in my dining room. I have a dimmer switch here for this fan. We can't have this in place. I'm gonna remove this and just put a standard switch in. Our first item of business is to install the mounts up onto the junction box. Now, before you even get to this point, you want to make sure your junction box that's installed is a style that is made to support the weight of a ceiling fan, or my case here, what was previously here, a chandelier. Box that you need will basically have a brace up in here that goes to the joists on both sides, and that's how it has the capacity or the ability to hold the weight of these things. To make this installation a little more difficult, in my case, the holes that are on the junction box are stripped out. So I'm gonna install some self-tapping screws up into this box to hold the bracket in place. So that's a little tip there if you have a similar circumstance. That'll definitely work to hold everything nicely without having to replace the box. It looks like the fan blades have to get mounted to the motor assembly. Do that now over here at the table. Two color options. You got black and there's a wood grain finish on this other side. This gets mounted to the ceiling like this. So we need the black side of the blade to face this way. You can see all the mounting points on the back side here that the blades get attached to. So again, I'm going to be using the black side of the blade. You slip them in through these slots, and then you screw them in right like that. So that's what that looks like when all the blades are attached. Pretty straightforward. Next thing in our manual here, we're going to install the light kit. So the way that this gets attached to this is by means of these 3 screws here. So to get the lens off the light, you just give it a twist like that. It'll pop off. And there are those holes I was talking about earlier. We're gonna take these screws out of the assembly right here, and that's how this gets attached down onto the base. Looks like we have to hook up some harnesses also once we get this on. See what that's all about in a second. So now we're just gonna match up these holes and screw it into place. So this looks pretty self-explanatory. It is verified in the manual. You have 2 wire harnesses. I have this one here, and then there's another one here on the bottom that connects the LED strip up. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to use the smaller down rod, so we have to take this adapter off of this one. Phillips screw here on the side. Actually, you got 2. You got one here on the ground screw. Also, has to be removed. And that'll just slide down. Put the new one in its place. It has this locking pin on here. Put that back on. All right, so like that, everything's back together. And we got our shorter down rod now for the mount. Okay, so moving on to the next step, did want to point out this is usually how I assemble my ceiling fans. I'll take the box. Once we get to this point, I'll rest the whole fixture down in there. Now it's supported by the blades on the box. That way you're not marring up the top of the light fixture on your table or workbench. So we have to install the down rod onto the motor assembly now. You have 2 set screws on the side of the fan as well that have to come out. Insert the canopy and then the yoke cover. So this is a yoke cover. We put that on there. I think they meant to say yoke cover. First you gotta put this big canopy on, then the yoke cover. I'm going to pass these wires up through the inside of the down rod, and they want all the wires to be on one side of that pin in there. So let's see if we can do this. There it is. All right. Once you got that, you just put the down rod onto this base. And our last step is to take the pin and reinstall it here into the base. Comes out the other side, and then we put the cotter pin back in to lock it in place. Like that. And then the 2 set screws got to go back in as well. Like that. Looks like they want you to take the module now and just connect up all these wires. So this is pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory here. This thing only goes together one way. So you got this big harness that plugs into that. And you got 2 smaller harnesses here that plug into the sides of this box as well. That's in there. And I'm assuming this whole thing just kind of lays in the top of this box. Kind of like that, I guess. And here's our 3 wires that we're going to connect to the house wiring. All right. Back to the beginning here. All right, so we have to get this thing up onto here now. Let's see. The idea is that the yoke should fit right up to the top of that and be supported in place. So that thing is hanging freely now from the bracket, which is good. And what we have to do now is get up on top and wire it in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are all wrapped up here. Did not show you any of the wiring on camera, only because it was physically impossible for me to get the camera up there and show you how all that's done with the limited amount of room that we have with that shorter down rod. I will tell you this, pretty straightforward. Connect your black to black, white to white, your ground wires together, wire nut them, push them up into the box. You have that white module that I showed you earlier. That slides into the bracket between the junction box and the top of the bracket where the down rod fits. That took me a little bit of time figuring that out because they do not clearly state that in the manual. I tried to originally stick it into the side of that housing up there, quickly realized that it was too big for that, and then after playing around with it for a little bit, I noticed that you could fit it into that area. Notice over here, I swapped that switch out. We have a regular on-off switch now in its place. The dimmer is removed. We have the remote control. Takes 2 AAA batteries, which I have installed. So I have not powered this thing up yet. I have the breaker back on. This is going to be the first time we're having a look at it, so let's try it out. Let's turn the switch on. That's a good sign right there. A decent amount of light in the room. Let's start playing around with some of these functions now on the remote. First off, let's try the power button. That appears to work, which is nice. Let's put the fan on, which is this middle button. You hear an audible beep. And there goes the fan, which is good. We have, from the looks of it, 6 speeds. I'm going to press 6, which should be the highest. And you have a good amount of air movement with it, for sure. I am, let's see, about, I don't know, let's say 6 feet away from the fan over here. I feel it pretty good. Obviously right underneath. Really, really good. Bring it down to 1, which is the lowest setting. And that looks like it's slowed down to the point where it's not slowing down anymore, and that's the lowest setting there. So obviously everything in between those 2 set points is your other fan settings. All right, so the button down here in the bottom left turns the light on and off. I'm assuming this red button up here goes and shuts the whole system off, so the fan and the light. Extreme bottom left button that has an up and down arrow dims the light up and down. So bring that all the way up. Button next to that with the K, I'm assuming is the Kelvin temperature. So you could adjust it from a warm white, which that appears to be like 2700 K maybe, or in the neighborhood. If you just press and hold it, it will adjust to where you want it to be, which is nice. So pick somewhere in the middle. There you go. It's probably like a 4000 K, I would say, which is a nice level. The button next to that, or the decorative lighting that goes around that ring. So pressing the top button repeatedly of that up and down button, looks like it changes the color of that. And then pressing the bottom half of that button, the top changes the color, the bottom changes the movement of it. Pretty cool. Let's shut the light off, that way you can see that thing a little better. Cool. And then the last button here has some times on it. It says 1 hour and 4 hour. I guess that's just a timer to set how long the fan or the light stays on for on the bottom. There's another button here in the top right that has a picture of a moon and a star. Looks like it's a night light function, which is pretty cool. Like that. And then I think this one here, if I had to take a guess, reverses the directions of the blades. So right now it's on like your summer mode to blow air down, and it's probably going to reverse now, which would be your winter mode to circulate the warmer air from the top of the ceiling down into your living space. That's why the blades are pitched, by the way. If you didn't know that, I'm sure most of you did. And there it goes, reversing, and this would be your winter mode. One last thing I wanted to try here is to see the functionality of the switch, to see how that interacts with the fan when you power it down. So let's see if the fan saves the last setting you had when you turn the switch back on. So it looks like the switch will just turn the light on and off, regardless if the fan was on in its previous state, which is actually good, because when you come into a room, most of the time when you flip the switch back on, you're not going to want the fan to come on also. So you'd have to go back to the remote and turn that function back to where you want it. Alright, so I think it's around that time to wrap this one up and give you my final thoughts of this product. Again, Lumary did send me this fan for free to do an unboxing, installation, and review of the product. Overall, I can tell you that the quality is definitely there for this. If I had a need for another one of these in my house somewhere, would I buy one? Absolutely. Very good value for the money that you're going to be spending on this. Again, fan output is great. This is a 12 by 12 room. You have coverage from end to end. The light output from the fixture itself is good. Nice to be able to adjust the Kelvin temperature for your specific needs. And obviously the feature that sets this one apart from all the other fans out there is a decorative LED coloring that goes around the outside circumference of the light fixture. Nice ambient light. I can't wait to see what this looks like at night when it gets a little bit darker out. Again, the link will be posted down below. You can check out all the features this fan has to offer and also purchase one for your own home if you wish. Check out the rest of my channel. I have a lot of content and home improvement videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.